Okay, so you just got signed, right,
Mm-hmm.
with LA Reid.
Yes.
Okay, how does that feel coming off of the X Factor, that show, and then your success now with LA Reid?
It feels good, I feel like on the X Factor, I had so much hard work to do as far as like, getting to the top four, out of everyone there, I mean, anyone can see, I was the one that struggled to get to the top four. I worked hard to get there, so it feels much better now, it feels like kind of sweet. It's like a sweet taste of victory in your mouth a little bit. Getting signed to LA Reid, who was my mentor, who I've grown very close to, as a person as well as a mentor. I mean, it's amazing. I have LA Reid's number,
Right.
How many people can say they have his number?
Right, right. And I know you wanted to be in his circle. He was somebody that you looked up to.
Yeah, I looked up to LA Reid so much. He broke so many of the artists that I've listened to over the years, and I look up to today. So, I mean, it's amazing. It's
So
amazing.
how was the challenge going from week to week? I mean, sometimes you were down, sometimes you were in the bottom two, How did you deal with all of that?
Well, I go everywhere and tell people, I kept God first, no matter what I did, I kept him first, and he helped me get through the whole competition. And I mean, just staying grounded, and keeping the positive energy. I think a lot of times in life, whether you're singing, doing anything, playing basketball, there's a lot of negativity that could come your way. Example I use is LeBron James, when he went to Miami, so much negativity coming his way, and I'm sure it was so hard for him to keep it positive, being in such a limelight as, even the TV shows and all the other different things. It's so much pressure, and so many people want to say so many bad things.
Right, you hear the critics, but you don't let them get to you.
Yeah, you can't let them get to you. It's about being positive. That's what life is about. If you stay positive with everything you do, then.
And talk about the role of your mom, who is sitting out in the studio today. I mean, she's had a really big hand in your success, right?
Yeah, my mom's major. She's done everything for me, from getting me up in the morning when it was time for school. It goes all the way back to school. I mean. It got easier, as I grew up, but, she's always been there for me. I played basketball. She was there front row screaming for me. I sang. She was there every performance. She went to every live show. I don't know if people realize that. She went from Baltimore, Maryland, all the way to California every single week.
Right.
And never missed one show.
So what were you doing before the X Factor?
Before the X Factor, I mean, I was kind of average. I walk around the street, people don't even know who I am. And now it's like, hey, Marcus, I know you. It's crazy. People be like, is that Marcus?
So I know a lot of people heard about the time limit that your mom gave you. She gave you 2 years, right, to get something going with your career, or else you were going to have to do something else.
Yeah, she was just trying to kick me out the house, man.
So were you feeling the pressure?
Yeah, I was feeling the pressure. I felt like, I had to get as far as I can to make my mark, and I felt like I did that. I mean, I'm signed to Epic now, so that's pretty cool.
Right, you got that done.
Yeah.
So how has the transition to fame been?
It's happening so fast.
I mean, a lot of people want to be in your shoes.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening, like I said, it's happening so fast, I don't even know what fame feels like. It's like, I'm kind of just living the dream that I always wanted, not necessarily
fame.
fame.
For autographs,
yeah, I mean,
and
it's
pictures.
Cool. I mean, you get the autographs, the pictures, and that's cool. I like connecting with my fans, people that support me, especially on the show, because I want them to stay with me after the show, too, which is now. So that's important to me. But, I mean, I still feel like Marcus. I don't know.
All right. So what kind of elements do you want to put into your first project with LA Reid?
Wow. I want to explore. I'm so used to singing. Like I said, I'm so old school. I have an old soul. I listen to the Donnies, the Marvin Gayes, the Luthers.
I see the Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, the Stevie
Wonders.
I heard
you singing the other day myself. So.
Yeah, I sing a little bit. But I just want to explore. I think. It's good music to be made, that a lot of the youth haven't heard. I think today's music is cool. I mean, honestly, we're keeping it real. The sex sells nowadays, and I just want to keep it real. Keep it real clean and classy. Ladies need to be treated like ladies.
Well, speaking of that, one episode on the show of the X Factor, it seemed like you were a little bit uncomfortable at first with what you were going to be doing. You said you wanted to be true to yourself. You wanted to be, a good boy. How did that feel when you had to go out there and perform that one night?
That was just one of those shows. It was rock and roll week. I had to get into the rock week. I was the rocker for the night. I never wore shades on stage. I wore shades.
So you had to play the part.
You got to play the part, and I think it was playful though. It wasn't to me. It wasn't like super extra, degrading. I think I think I handled it well, personally. I mean, obviously sliding under the legs, it was just, oh my gosh, it's such a huge deal. But I mean, I was for the show, and I didn't look up, if that's what people were thinking.
Well, I think people really saw the performer in you then, because that's the X factor about you. I think that a lot of people see in you. I think L.A. Reid called you Bobby Brown. He saw the Bobby Brown in you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool to be called Bobby. Bobby had a huge career, major career, from start to finish. So, I mean, hey, if I could be Bobby, I'd be Bobby.
And on the show, what were the judges like?
The judges were actually, it's crazy.
How was Simon?
I don't know if he wants me to break his silence, but Simon's a puppy dog, man. He's easy, man. He's nice. He's actually nice, but I mean, but he's honest though. He states his opinion and he's strong with his opinion, and I respected it.
Okay, so are you going to be moving out to LA for good, or are you going to be going back and forth?
I'll be out in LA for a long time. I'm gonna settle in for a while and see how I like it. If I don't like it, I got to come back home. I mean, home is where the heart is,
Right.
But at the same time, I got to move around so, I can elevate. I can't sit back and, stay at home all the time. If that be the case, then, I'll still be doing what I was doing before, So I just think I need to elevate. And if it's going to a new place, meeting new people, that's what I got to do.
And tell us about how you felt when you got to sing for Rihanna. That was pretty big, right?
Yeah, that was major. Obviously, they didn't tell us that Rihanna was going to be the judge, so when she comes out, we're like, we had our speculations, but it was just like, whoa, that's Rihanna.
Right.
That's the multi-million-dollar selling recording artist Rihanna. So it was major, and to hear the comments, I didn't know she said that.
I think she said she got goosebumps or something like that. When you...
Yeah, she was like, oh my God, I felt like a fan, and I was just kind of like, because I didn't see it, all we did is sing.
Day, right?
Yeah, it did. When I saw it on TV, it did, so I was just kind of like, wow, if she said that, that means I can affect, no matter who it is, regardless if it's a celeb or even a regular person, from the smallest little girl to the oldest young lady. It's like I can affect the world. It's like when P. Diddy said in the movie Notorious, he said, I want to change the world, Biggie Smalls.
Right.
And I feel like I can do that. Coming off the X Factor, so many opportunities, so many people see me. I feel like I can do it. The sky's the limit.
Right. And so I got to ask you a question that the ladies want to know.
I don't know if I want to answer this.
They want to know, are you single?
Yes, I'm single. And,
Okay.
I'm focused on my career. Honestly, I do cater to the ladies. Because I'm an R&B singer. I have to. But I'm focused on my career. That's the only way I can become successful and accomplish the goals that I want to accomplish. Throughout my life. Because it's about life. I gotta be an artist. I'm an artist. But it's about going through life. So I gotta think about my life choices and my life decisions. So I'm being focused right now. Ladies, I'm being focused.